Jiabaile are back, guys. The company that kicked off the cheap micro drift cars are back with a new 1/36 scale. You can see from the box they currently do have a few models, including the Porsche, a BMW M4, what looks like a Dodge Challenger, and whatever that is. What's different about the new 1/36? First of all, you do get this little remote control. There is a gyro gain switch there. There are 3 speed settings which goes up and down. There's a little light in there. Pay attention to the little light. It shows either green, yellow or red, red being the fastest speed, green being the slowest. And if you're like me and somehow can't turn on the remote, the on-off switch is actually here. This is the light button. Very small thing, but not bad to hold in the hand. Today I do actually have the blue BMW M4. I think that's what it is. Hard plastic body shell, looking really, really nice. Look at that thing. Now inside the box, of course, you do get those giant cones. And you do get spare sets of wheels and tyres. It does specify front and rear wheels, so pay attention to that. Big noticeable difference is the carbon fibre chassis plate. And metal, you can see here, metal wheel hubs. Charging lead, Allen key in there. And what looks like a very, very small differential. The suspension on these are a lot more than any of the 1/43 scales. There is quite a bit of suspension on these. I have already actually tested this before I filmed this segment of this video, and here's some footage of what it can do. Now the new 1/36 scale does handle a little bit differently from the 1/43 scales. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's actually much easier to, let's say, drift or power slide. It still has the gyro and it is still 4-wheel drive. But with the heavy metal steering hubs at the front, all the weight is at the front of the car. The rear of the car actually feels very, very light, transferring all the weight to the front of the car, allowing it to slide a little bit better. Now, having taken the body off, you can see the difference in the handling comes from this. You have a locked diff in the back, but an open diff in the front. I'm not sure if you can see that, but if I turn this one forwards, that one is going backwards. If I turn it backwards, this one goes forward. So there's actually an open differential in the front here, effectively changing the entire handling of this compared to the 1/43 scales. Now this tiny little differential that is included in the box is actually a locked diff, and that allows you to remove the front differential and lock those up, so you have, well, a locked diff in the front. Well, why would you want that? Now I would assume that you would prefer the open diff at the rear and simply no diffs at the front, making this essentially a rear-wheel drive drift vehicle. Since it does have a spare locked diff, I opened up the front diff housing, removed the open diff, replace the lock diff in the rear with the open diff, and simply remove the dog bones from the front of the wheel hubs so there's no drive at the front at all. And essentially, yes, this does become a rear wheel drive drift car, albeit it doesn't quite work. I even tried lock diff in the rear only, no diff at the front, no dog bones, so rear wheel drive with lock diff, and that also didn't work. So we're back to where we are. I think Jiabaile have already tried that maybe. I think they're very close to coming out with a rear wheel drive micro drift car. But in the meanwhile, this is the best one we've got yet from Jiabaile. If you did like the 143 scales and you want it slightly bigger, more control, more drift control, a little bit more speed, and this one is definitely one you should look into. Nevertheless, I think they're going to sell out all the same because these things are really, really popular. Let's hope the next batch is rear wheel drive with a gyro and extreme steering, like a drift car should be.